Psalm 1, verse 2. A blessed person. The Hebrew translated into English, and keeping the same word order, but in the law of Yahweh is his delight, and in his law he meditates day and night. Now here we have two pathways when we look at the psalm in its entirety. The different pathways people take, really black and white, two extremes really. So people are really on a continuum. They may not be as wicked or bad as people are portrayed in the psalm, nor are they as devout as the psalm portrays the blessed or the righteous. So there's a continuum. Some people aren't so bad and some people aren't so devout. Now we can see that the object of the delight is God's law. It belongs to him, and it is what makes the law unique and stand out. It is Yahweh's law. And we can see that the person who is blessed delights and meditates constantly on that. So their delight is because it comes from a genuine response based on love and worship. And this is an interesting aspect that a preacher like Jonathan Edwards mentioned, that people are Christians not because they're saved from hell, but because they love Christ, they love his character, and the gospel demonstrates to them the love and grace of God, and they respond not out of fear, but out of love. Now, what was it about God's law that made it an object of delight, an object that people valued and caused them to worship God? Well, it was his favour and pardon that was contained in the law. The law showed that Israel had special favour in God's eyes. And the law also offered a means to be pardoned from sins, not in the fullness of the gospel, but certainly in a measure that was not available under any other religion. So it was through the law that one could obtain forgiveness of sins, and David speaks of this blessedness when God does not hold that person's iniquity against them. So it is this favour and pardon that caused a person to delight in the law. And this delight, what did it mean with respect to the law? Did it mean doing the law? No. It was meditating constantly on the law. And this is something that was a stumbling block to Israel, that they thought delighting in the law was doing the law. But delighting in the law was first and foremost trusting in the promise of God, in the coming Lamb that was portrayed in the Old Testament sacrifices. That was the heart of the religion. Now, when somebody delights in God's law and the favour and pardon and grace that it bestows upon a person, the psalm says it translates into a fruitful life in this life whilst we're on earth, and in the end times to endure in the judgment of God, to stand, and also to be in the presence of God forever. That's the ultimate goal. That's the ultimate end of the person who walks in the path of the righteous.